Welcome to the Keep Teaching webinar, Get Your Course Up and Running in Blackboard. My name is Dr. Jennifer Pedersen, and I am the lead instructional designer at Kenai Peninsula College, and I'm also a member of the Instructional Design Alliance at UAA. In this workshop, you're going to learn how to navigate in Blackboard, how to make your Blackboard course available. You'll be able to post the following: announcements, your syllabus, a communication plan for students. You'll learn how to create discussion forums, how to post and respond to those discussion threads, and identify the main options that you have for building course content. So let's get started. First, you need to go to classes.alaska.edu. You're going to enter your normal UAA username and password, and then click Login. This will take you to the main Blackboard landing page. You'll notice that there's a lot of information that's grouped together in boxes. These boxes are referred to as modules, and you do have the ability to customize what you see. You can drag and drop things anywhere you would like for them to be. So the things that you think you might use more frequently than others, you can move towards the top. To locate your course, you're going to be looking for the My Courses module. Once there, you're going to choose your current course and just click Select. Let me show you what you'll see when you first log into your course. You can interact with the content in your course through the top information bar. You will notice as you start working that depending on where you're at in your course, the options that are available up here are going to change. The main menu will always be on the left-hand side. The top of the main menu, this is where you are going to add in content for your students. And in the bottom of this main menu is where you're going to manage your course once the information has been built. You'll notice that we landed on the announcement page. This is what you and your students will see when you first log in. Let's switch over to student view so you can see what they see. In this top information bar, hover over the circle with the arrows and you'll see Enter Student Preview. Click. And now you'll see exactly what your students see, which right now is a lot of nothing because we haven't done anything yet. So let's exit the preview. And now let's go back to our announcement section and add an announcement. I'm going to switch to a course with a shorter course menu that will simplify what we do for a little while. So let's go ahead and create an announcement. This would be a really good time to talk about a communication plan for students. I'm simply going to call this announcement Welcome, and then I'm going to put a sample communication plan in here. You can customize this to however is going to work best for you. For this one, I'm suggesting we will be moving this course online. I will post more information by Monday, March 23rd. Please plan to check this site on Monday. After that, plan to check this site on our usual class days as long as UAA classes are online. Please check your UAA email daily as this will be my main method of communicating with you. If you are concerned that you won't be able to access Blackboard regularly, please email me this week and let me know your situation. So, a couple things to note, right? We haven't done anything with this class. In fact, it's not even available to students. You can tell that up here in this top navigation bar where it says courses unavailable to students. So you're telling them to check on Monday. How will they be able to email you this weekend and let you know their situation? You can send a copy of the announcement immediately by selecting the checkbox next to email announcement. This will send it to every student who is registered in your course, and it doesn't matter if the course is available or not. So let's click Submit. And Blackboard gets excited for you. Yay, success! Your announcement was created and it was successfully sent. So the next thing that we're going to do is start actually building content. So it's really important in this top navigation bar to make sure that your edit mode is set to on. You may see it set to off, in which case you kind of notice some changes. To enable you to work in Blackboard and add content, all you need to do is toggle back to on, and now you can make some changes there. Let's go ahead and move into discussion boards. This is one that you see fairly frequently that is probably going to be an easy way for you to mimic what you normally do in the classroom. So the discussion board is just a main area where you house all of what Blackboard refers to as forums. So you can think of forums as a topic that you want students to discuss or a question that you want them to answer. Creating forums is really simple by selecting Create Forum. We're going to give it a name. A good one that you may want to start off with is Course Questions. Please post your questions about our new course format here. So I want to talk about all the different things that you can do with those individual forums. You can make it available. The default is to yes, and I suggest you just leave this one be. For forum settings, you have a couple of different options. The standard view, which is anybody can see and post and respond at any point in time, or you can set it to where participants have to post first before they can see anything else. Again, for our situation, I suggest keeping it in standard view. So for our course questions, you probably would not grade it. However, I am going to go ahead and click Grade Discussion Forum just so you can see what to do if you do want to add points to it. You can enter a due date. Here's where you can get a little bit more granular, although again, I suggest just leaving the standards the way they are. If you do want to allow members to subscribe or not to subscribe, this simply means that students can elect to subscribe to a particular forum and to see when any action takes place. They'll be notified of that. Once you're satisfied that you have all of your settings the way you want them, click Submit. And now you'll see in this main discussion board area, there are two forums. We have a demo discussion board, and we also have course questions. So the one that we just created, you'll notice over here under total posts, it's set to 0. That's because nobody has participated yet. So let me go into course questions. Here we are. And now you can see what you have available to you. So let's click Create Thread. Let's just say I have a question about due dates. When is the assignment due? You'll also notice that if you do create a post, you have the option of making attachments as well. And then you just simply click Submit. So we're still in the course questions discussion, and now you see that there is a student post. You're going to click on it, and you'll see the question from the student. When is this assignment due? All you need to do to respond is hit reply, and then you can set your response. So for this one, I just said, all assignments for the rest of the semester are due on Sunday night at 11:59 in each week, and click Submit. We do suggest that you try and keep it as simple as possible for students and try and keep it as consistent as possible for students. So picking a single date and time to have everything due each week as we progress through the rest of the semester is an easy way to keep yourself and your students on track. You'll notice up here in the top navigation bar, this what is referred to as breadcrumbs, I can select back to course questions, and that will take me to the main discussion forum or discussion board. And this will take me to all of the forums that we have available. So you would do the same thing with every one that you want to read. You can see another question, when are my assignments due? I had this one populated as a frequently asked questions. And I wanted to show you that because I think it would be a good idea if you anticipate the main types of questions that your students may ask you, and then go ahead and pre-populate them out there. And then just direct students to that FAQ discussion forum. That way they can see the question, they can open it up and read the answer. Let's move on to the various ways that you can add course content. So in that left navigation, you're going to select content. The thing to focus on here is this top ribbon, and we're going to focus on building content. I want to start by building a content folder because content folders are just about the easiest way that you can create a method to hold everything for a given time period. So we're just going to call this one week 1. And you can provide additional information for students within the text. And I suggest adding the calendar dates here. And then you're simply going to hit submit. Now you'll notice that it came all the way to the very bottom. You probably won't need to do this as there's probably not a lot of content already built. However, you can drag and drop your content anywhere you would like for it to be. So let's go ahead and enter week 1 folder. And you'll notice that we have the same functionality. So we want to spend most of our time in build content. So I want to highlight a couple of the options for you. We can create an item. This is basically an area where you can provide text-based information for students. You do have the opportunity to attach files, as you can see right here, but this is typically used for things that you just type in and have students read. So we'll just say weekly reading, and you would list out what you want students to read for that particular week. Now, some standard options down here, you don't have to do anything with those, but you can if you'd like to. If you want to see how many times your students are looking at it, you can. You can select restrictions, but again, for our circumstances, I recommend just keeping it open constantly. And then click submit. Now you'll see we are in this week 1 folder and we have weekly reading. The next thing that we can do is we can add a file. Let's go back to the screen that you see when you log in because I want to show you where you can upload your syllabus. You'll notice in the course menu on the left-hand side that you have an option already that says syllabus. Let's click it, and you'll see that we have the same information that we've been working with in this ribbon. We're going to go to build content, select file. We'll give it a name, browse your computer, find what you are looking for, and upload it just as you would any other way. You can select the option to open in a new window. You can track the number of views. Basically, this is your choice right here. When you're done, click submit. And now your students have access to the syllabus. Let's go back into that week 1 folder under build content. And I want to just show you a couple of different things. So let's do the web link one. We're going to call it A-I-N-E. Let's go capture the URL, paste it in here. You can provide additional text if you would like. You can again add attachments, but we're just going to keep this one simple and click submit so you can see what it looks like. There it is. You'll notice that when you click on it, it takes you out to the website that you put in there. It would do the same thing for students. So remember we talked about that student view before. Let's go ahead and go back into it now that we have a little bit of content and just see what it looks like for a student. There's our announcement that we posted. Good. We come to content. There we go. You can see where I've moved everything around. So the folder, week 1, here's your calendar dates. When students enter it, they're going to see everything that they need to do for that particular week. You can exit our preview. Let's go back to content, because I definitely want to highlight some things over here under mashup. So I'm back under build content, and over on the right side we see YouTube video and we see Kaltura media. These are probably the 2 most frequent ones. If you use Kaltura, which we all have access to record any videos, it's going to create a repository of videos for you, and you can go ahead and click Kaltura media. Wait for it to load. We won't load more. We're just going to select that top one right there. We're going to call it an intro video and click submit. There it is down at the bottom. You can do the same thing with YouTube by building content and then selecting YouTube video. From here, you can search for whatever you may want to search for. Let's just say reinforcement styles for fun. I like this one, so I'm going to select it. If you have your own YouTube videos, you can search for those as well and put them in there. You have the same type of options as before and click submit. And again, it's going to go all the way to the bottom. So if you want to see what students see, you can go back to the student preview. Let's go to content. Let's go ahead and click on it just out of curiosity.
About the humanities.
There it is. Okay, so we've gone through the main ways that you can build content for your students, and once you have it in there, now it's time to make your course available. So you'll see right here, the course is unavailable to students. Remember when I said that the information changes on that top information bar depending on where you are at in that left navigation bar. So let's go back to content really quick. And this time notice that we've added an icon over here on the right. It looks like a lock. When you hover over it, it says make available. We're going to select it. And now your course is available for students. During this webinar, you've learned how to navigate within Blackboard, how to make your Blackboard course available. You can post announcements and your syllabus, and design your communication plan. You can create discussion forums, post and respond to those threads, and you can build your course content. If you've posted your announcement, go ahead and make your course available right now. Thank you for viewing the Keep Teaching webinar, Get Your Course Up and Running in Blackboard. Some resources you may find helpful: Blackboard Instructor Help, the Academic Innovations and E-Learning website, and you can always interact with instructional designers, ask any questions you want by emailing uaa_ai@alaska.edu. The next workshop in the series is Assignments and Grades in Blackboard. Thank you for your patience and willing to work on this. We know everyone is stressed out and dealing with a lot right now, and we appreciate your efforts, and please let us know how we can best help you.